کنفرانس در برلین با حضور نمایندگان پارلمان فدرال. ایران 1 سال پس از قیام مردمی.
پیام خانم مریم رجوی. رژیم روی یک بشکه باروت نشسته است، زیرا همان عواملی که قیام‌ها در سالهای 96، 98 و 401 را آفرید همچنان در کار است.
حق مردم ایران برای مقاومت باید به رسمیت شناخته شود. سپاه پاسداران در لیست تروریستی اتحادیه اروپا قرار گیرد و ترویکای اروپا طبق قطعنامه 2231 شورای امنیت مکانیزم ماشه را علیه برنامه اتمی آخوندها فعال کند.
یکی از مخربترین عواقب اشتباه غرب فرصت دادن به ماموران مخفی و لابی‌های آخوندهاست. مأموریت اصلی آنها پخش اطلاعات غلط علیه مجاهدین و شورای ملی مقاومت است.
Dear Professor Zusmuth, distinguished German lawmakers, dear friends, I sincerely thank you for your support of the Iranian people's resistance and uprising for a democratic Iran. We recently marked the anniversary of the 2022 uprising in Iran. In the past year, Khamenei used all the regime's military intelligence and political resources in an attempt to control society, but he failed. The society continues to resist the regime, and any small event could trigger another nationwide uprising. The regime was unable to stop the relentless actions of the resistance units. During the brief anniversary period of the uprising, these units conducted 400 anti-repression operations. In addition, the regime couldn't reduce its fundamental instability. The Iranian regime executes per capita more people than any other government in the world. The regime's numerous repressive agencies make widespread arrests every day. However, despite such repression, the Iranian people hold dozens of protests and strikes every day, and young people confront the security forces. All these facts indicate that the clerical regime is sitting on a powder keg, despite the fact that all the factors that triggered the uprisings in 2017, 2019, and 2022 are still in play. The Iranian regime and its allies try to pretend that there are no more uprisings and the regime has succeeded to control the situation. This is a dangerous mistake. Many European governments are making the same mistake. Therefore, some governments have taken a passive approach towards the regime's terrorism and hostage-taking. When the regime takes foreign citizens hostage, these governments give in instead of taking a strong stance. Regarding the regime's nuclear program, the European Troika disclosed in its statement on September 14 that the regime has kept enriched uranium more than the JCPOA limit. But instead of activating the trigger mechanism, the European Troika only issued a statement and condemned the regime. They are concerned about their short-term interests. However, their approach opens the way for the IRGC's bomb-making project and its missile and drone programs. It also helps the regime to suppress the Iranian uprising. One of the most harmful consequences of this mistake is that it provides opportunities for the mullahs, secret agents, and their lobbies. Their main mission is to spread false information about the PMI and the NCRI. They promote the big lie that there is no alternative to the regime and that appeasement of the regime is the only option. Many of these agents pretend to be opposition figures, but the political and security agencies in Germany and other European countries are aware of their activities. The intelligence services in Germany, the Netherlands, and other European countries have stated that the main objective of the Ministry of Intelligence in these countries is to gather information about the Iranian resistance, demonize them, and spread false information about them. The addresses and a list of names of these agents were in the green notebook belonging to Asadullah Assadi, the regime's terrorist diplomat who was arrested in Germany. However, those names were never disclosed. Tolerating these agents is a part of the disastrous appeasement policy. This is why false information find their way to power circles, political parties, and media that are considered credible. On the other hand, the regime is very fearful of the inspirational role of Ashraf III for the Iranian people. Therefore, the regime is doing everything to destroy it. Dear friends, it is better for Europe's political and economic interest to keep away from the regime and support the people of Iran. Therefore, I urge all members of the Bundestag to lead the way in adopting a correct policy toward Iran. Last summer, 200 members of the federal parliament, along with most members of Niedersachsen and Bremen state parliaments, expressed their support for the Iranian people's fight for freedom and democracy in separate declarations. This is an excellent example for advancing European policy. The Iranian people's demands are very clear. Recognize the right of the Iranian people to resist, as outlined in the German constitution. Include the IRGC on the EU's list of terrorist organizations. Activate the trigger mechanism against the mullahs' nuclear program following UN Security Council Resolution 2231 by the European Troika. Germany and the European Union should advocate for designating the regime as a threat to global peace and security under Chapter 7 of the UN Charter. I'm very grateful for this occasion. I'm sure with the determination of the Iranian people and the Iranian resistance and the support of German representatives such as yourself, Iran will be free. I thank you all.